Hello friends, welcome back. It's me, Self-Critical Automaton, and as you can probably see, I am now human. I just popped some humanity before this episode started. So, yeah, today we are going to go fireball a bunch of skeletons, then we are going to go meet Leroy Jenkins. Yes, that Leroy Jenkins. Nope, ignoring that guy. Then we are going to go maybe fight Nito, maybe not, depending on... Yep, it always throws itself off the edge if you're... Well, it doesn't always. If you're lucky, it throws itself off the edge. Then we're going to go fight Nito, because fuck Nito. Yeah, we might not actually fight Nito today, but we should be able to get up to where he is. And yeah. So my personal feelings about Nito are that, as the first of the dead, he's probably, like, I think that like, that's not just a figurative title, he is literally the first person to have died. Because, before the fire, there was just, you know, there was... Oh boy. Before the fire, there was complete stasis. There is a time in between the coming of the fire and the discovery of the Lord's Souls, where the dragons make life really shitty for all the mortals who are running around being mortal. So, I think that Nito was the very first person to ever die. So, Nito dies because magic and stuff, the Lord Souls, you know, he finds a Lord Soul, he becomes King of the Dead. But what that means is really, really unclear and ambiguous, because, you know, is there an afterlife in this setting? That's not made clear at all. There's no hints of an afterlife beyond, you know, the undead who come back after they die bodily into the world, and the catacombs where maybe you come back as a skeleton. Which, I mean, I know we all want to be skeletons, but that's not really an ideal afterlife, you know, sit in the dark, playing xylophone on your ribcage. It's, you know, that's just... Did I miss something? I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, there was an item there, I already picked it up. So yeah, we're human because we're going to get invaded by a red spirit in a minute, which is the spirit of Leroy Jenkins. Now, I don't know if you remember Leroy Jenkins, but I do. Leroy Jenkins is a character from a classic, you know, I guess memes before they were really memes, but memes were memes back in the day. Basically, he's a guy from a World of Warcraft video that got quite famous, where he charges in and everyone gets killed because raids used to be actually quite difficult in World of Warcraft. So yeah, this is Paladin Leroy. It might not be a reference to him, but the fact that it's a paladin, which Leroy was famously in the in the video, the fact that this is a paladin and that he just rushes in without any real heed or sense. No spells for you, matey. Yeah. It might actually be a reference to Leroy Jenkins. And, yeah, well, for those of you who've been watching my Let's Plays since 2003, at least he had chicken. Oh, that's a joke, I haven't been doing Let's Plays since 2003, that's... yeah. We might actually probably fight Nito today. Yeah, so, yeah. Nito is the first of the dead, but what does that actually mean? Could mean many things. Could mean any number of things. But I personally think it means... well, possibly it means that this is a sort of a Hades-like afterlife, because in Greek myth, only the greatest heroes actually got to go to, like, a heaven-type place. Everyone else... and in fact, most heroes end up in Hades. Like, just everyone goes to Hades when you die. You go underground, and you're underground forever, and it kind of sucks, and you're... ow, fuck. This guy can't shoot arrows, but there's an archer on the other side of him. Oh, fuck. Yeah. This is one of those bits where you kind of... you learn the way in which Dark Souls is about to screw you, but if you're me, that you will always also forget. Which is that one of these things spawns in behind you. Well, it doesn't... Enemies don't really spawn in Dark Souls, but this appears behind you. It pops up out of the ground. Huh, white titanite. Useful for upgrades. One more arrow, and then drinky drink, and then stabby stab. Oh, okay, bye then. Can I kick him off? I guess not. I really hope I don't die here. I don't know if there are any... Ah, haha, fantastic, that's one of them down. I don't know if there are any allies that you can summon in to help in the Nito fight. I'm not sure. I think possibly Paladin Leroy can be summoned in to help. Which is weird. But, yeah. The implication of being invaded is that, like... I mean, a lot of red spirits will also, if you defeat them, be able to be summoned in to help you in the fights. Notably, Man-Eater Mildred, amongst others. I'm not sure you can ever summon in Knight Kirk, but then he does invade you multiple times. He's the only one who invades you multiple times, which is interesting, because he's actually a Dark Wraith, or at least... I think he's referred to at one point as a Dark Wraith, but he's not an actual Dark Wraith, in that the Dark Wraiths of Karth are a thing, and it's not the thing that he is. So, and according to an interview with the game's director, he's actually a member of the Chaos Servants, who is invading people to gather humanity for... Oh yeah, this bit's kind of creepy. This is where necromancers live. They use the same model as Pinwheel, but I think they're supposed to like be implicitly other necromancers, possibly like acolytes of Nito himself, or possibly acolytes of Pinwheel, who are the ones who are imprisoning Nito, because Pinwheel apparently did steal power from Nito and imprison him in some way. So it seems likely that these are Pinwheel's acolytes. It is interesting that they have the same form as Pinwheel, because Pinwheel's form is implicitly due to the fact that he fucked up a spell and, you know, combined himself with his family in attempting to resurrect them, which is why he has 3 faces and 6 arms. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie, that could just be an instance of, you know, reused assets. So, there's a few good items to get here, but I'll need to clear out the rest of the necromancers first. I think there's about 6 of them. I can never remember where they all are. Fortunately, necromancers carry torches, which makes them easy to find. Oh yeah, and also there's tiny baby skeletons. Whoops, I thought that was my shield. Tiny baby skeleton, tiny baby skeleton, tiny baby, tiny baby, tiny baby skeletons. Yeah. So, tiny baby skeletons. Super gross. As far as I can tell, they appear sometimes when you break the skeletons that are, like, all... There's a lot of skeletons here that are in, like, supplicatory positions, and sometimes they pop and a tiny baby skeleton comes out. So, there's an infinite number of them here, which is kind of terrifying. So, it's interesting that these skeletons are in, like, supplicatory poses. They're all bowing towards... Well, they're not all bowing, but many of them are bowing, and some of them are kneeling as if learning, you know, from great teacher, which is always an epithet applied to, you know, great preachers. So, are they worshipping the god of death? Were they placed here when they died? Notice also that they are human skeletons, they are not giant skeletons. So they can't possibly be the people of the gods, you know? Does that mean that the dead are naturally drawn down through the earth? Is that perhaps why we bury people? Because burial is... we know burial is a means of disposing of the dead in this world. Ah, there you are. Because there are so many graveyards and tombs and stuff. Can I? Yeah, there we go. After all, the graveyard on top of the catacombs, you know, there's a graveyard in the Firelink Shrine that leads down to the catacombs, and the catacombs lead down to the Tomb of Giants. It's, you know, pretty clear how that works. So, occasionally tiny baby skeletons will spawn, but if you tread in the water down at the bottom, shitloads of them will spawn. As you can see, I was only in it for a split second and there's 6 of them. They're easy to fight, but if they swarm you, you're kind of screwed. However, they have really high drop rates for humanity. That's kind of interesting, don't you think? In fact, until the DLC was released, this was the best place to farm up humanity in the entire game. So, what does it mean that, you know, not just humans, but baby humans, human skeletons are the most promising source of humanity, which is a valuable resource according to most. I think that this means something unpleasant to do with human sacrifice. Because, I mean, adult skeletons, you know, whether you die at 20 or you die at 80, your skeleton's more or less the same to an observer, right? Baby skeletons are definitely baby skeletons, and that is more baby skeletons than you usually find in anywhere other than, like, a plague pit. So why are there so many baby skeletons? Maybe human sacrifice? But the thing about the humanity is interesting. Perhaps human babies were sacrificed because of some concept of original sin. But in reverse, humanity... you know, what's the best source for humanity? Babies. What is humanity? We don't really know. What does this mean? Maybe humans are born innocent, and that innocence is humanity? Something like that, you know? So, yeah. Kind of... that's not a thought I ever had before until just now, but... I'm pretty sure I've missed an item, that's why I'm running around, not because I want to summon more creepy baby skeletons. I could have sworn there was another item here somewhere. I guess not. So, yeah, this is the antechamber for Nito. We'll fight him in a minute. Yeah, their pathfinding's not great. Oh my god, are they dancing? That's fucking creepy. That's creepy. That's creepy. Yeah, I've just got the Baby Monkey song stuck in my head now. Baby monkey, baby monkey, backwards on a pig, baby monkey, etc. So, yeah. An alternative interpretation is... I don't like that. I would like them to stop, please. I know that's like a pathfinding error, but damn. Oh, and they dropped to humanity as well, that's frustrating. So yeah. The thing I was getting towards before oh right, that's how you get out the other side, I forgot that's how. If you want to go back for some reason, yeah, because the only way to go forward is to drop off this ledge. If you want to go back, you have to walk through the water, and, suffer the wrath of the horde of baby skeletons! But this is where we'll go fight Nito. This is Nito's room. Yeah, I don't see a summon sign anywhere. So, time to go fight God of Death, I guess. But yeah, what I was saying was, you know, perhaps it's a more literal thing. It's not that your spirit goes down to the underworld to linger, but perhaps when you bury corpses, perhaps they dig down. Perhaps some animating energy in their bones brings them on through the earth, seeking to head towards their master. Perhaps that's why there's so many skeletons down here next to human skeletons down here next to the abode of the god of death. Because they love him, because he is their god, and they want to be with him. Yeah, time to go fuck up a god. So we got to drop down, which is always frustrating because it means we'll have to heal up all the sooner. But there's a reason I'm using the Astora straight sword, because unlike the skeletons in the catacombs... Hold on, no. Unlike the skeletons in the Tomb of Giants, but like the skeletons in the catacombs, who are raised by necromancers repeatedly, there are a bunch of skeletons in addition to Nito down here, and they will keep coming back unless you kill them with a divine weapon, and the only divine weapon we have is the Astora straight swords. So it just makes life a bit easier if you you know, if you just run around and kill the ads first. You don't have to, especially if you're a wizardy type, because if you've got decent spells, you can just blast from a distance. And Nito... Yeah, Nito... Nito screams from time to time. If Nito screams, it's time to start rolling, because it means... Oh, hey, backstab. I love that backstabs do bonus damage to skeletons. That makes no fucking sense. It's like, oh no, my third and fourth ribs. Yeah, because the scream means that that knife attack is about to happen. And it's not very nice to get stabbed by the god of death. So there are some giant skeletons as well, but I don't know where they are. And yeah, Nito's a really easy boss. He's got big, slow, telegraphed attacks, and even his most powerful attack, that scream thing, is blatantly telegraphed. This one is a, like, a wave of death type thing, but it's quite short range. Oh, here are the skeletons. Stab. Stab. That's not stab, that's a slash. Learn your terminology. So yeah. Skeletons. No, not my shin bone. Right. So yeah, lots of big, wide, telegraphed attacks. And, this big AoE attack, and then the screaming thing. So I think there's some kind of a dance, but I don't remember what it does. And then, of course, there's the frustration of the ads, which are less of a problem when you've run around and killed them all first. Basically, we can just kite him to death now. Throw fireballs, run in and stab. All good. I think that's Toxin. Toxin build-up can be frustrating, but I mean, he's not going to hit you frequently enough for it to actually be a problem. Unless you let him. Why am I not doing any damage with these? Am I too short range, or... Oh, there we go. Yeah, so Nito. Surprisingly easy boss. Surprisingly bad at killing people for the god of death. I suppose being the god of death isn't the same as being the god of killing, is it? Oh, great fireball, I forgot I had these. Boom! Suck on that. Nito, you're fired. Oh, wait, no, that would have been better if that was the final hit. There we go. God, being defeated like that must just be burning him up inside, can you believe that? And that is how you kill the god of death. What do we say to the god of death? Fuck off, Nito. Somewhere around here should be an item pile with a whole bunch of items in it. Well, not a whole bunch of items, but it's the basically Paladin Leroy in his own world dies around here somewhere. Ah, bonfire, convenient. He dies around here somewhere, and then you find it in your world, because all the worlds are getting sort of mushed together because of reasons I've explained already. Yeah, not sure where. It's supposed to be in a wall alcove or something. Or maybe it's behind where you drop down. No? No? Okay. Maybe you have to have rested at a bonfire before it appears. That is a thing in this game, stuff appearing only after you've rested at a bonfire. So yeah, that is it for today. It's interesting that Nito himself lives in a coffin, and in fact you can become a member of one of the covenants is serving Gravelord Nito. If you go into the catacombs early, you can climb into a coffin which teleports you down through the earth, and then you climb out of the coffin here, and then you're like, oh, hey Nito, can I worship you? And Nito's like, yeah, sure. Like, worship's always good. Yeah, so that is that. Bye!